Good evening from Angela City, Philippines. And before I get into today's topic, today's video, please like, subscribe, share, bang the notification button, that bell, I should say, or bell. And please pass out to your family and friends, subscribe, share. And I just had a thought. I'll freely admit, I'm not one of these people that want to be a phony. I haven't been the best Christian. There's a lot of work I need to do on myself. I got up this morning and went to church and was talking to the people in there and talking to the pastor. And by the way, uh, these people, I will say this about this trip. The folks here, one thing I love about the Philippines, some of the nicest, kindest people on the face of the earth. They'll give you some of them. A lot of them will give you a shirt off the back. They don't have much, but the overwhelming 99% of the Filipino people are some of the nicest, kindest people. And what has struck me from being in Manila, whether I'm walking out town, uh, in a McDonald's, which I shouldn't be in, but at a 7-Eleven, at a Larson's restaurant, wherever, the hotels, the kindness. It was the places to retire. It's always been Thailand and the Philippines for me, maybe Cambodia. I've always said that I'm not. I don't think I'll be in Thailand forever, and this is one of the places. But and I'll get into comparisons of Thailand, the Philippines, maybe in future videos. But what I want to talk about today is how to have an impactful life. How to have an impactful life. And again, forgive me, folks, for the internet. I have a Wi-Fi booster here in this hotel room, but sometimes the internet in the Philippines it goes out. So the question is how to have an impactful life. So I got into this conversation with a good friend of mine, a pastor I know, and he told me if you want to show the love of Jesus, obviously, yeah, you should. If you're a Christian, passing out the gospel, relaying the gospel. But you want to know what he told me? He told me something else, and it hit me on this trip. Do one random act of kindness every day, out of the blue. So what I've been doing, I do this in Thailand too, and some of my friends get aggravated. Like, Joe, stop giving them tips or too much. Sometimes I'll give the waitress or the waiter an extra tip. Sometimes in 7-Eleven, even I'll just throw them here a tip. So as I've been walking around Manila and Angela City, I can't help but notice the poverty. Look, I can't save the world. I I wish I could, but I can't. And I saw this father and these kids in front of 7-Eleven. The man kindly held the door open for me, and you could tell, obviously, they're struggling. And so I'll tell you this. And I saw those two little girls out there, and I'm assuming he's their father. They didn't ask me for anything. They didn't beg, but something inside me just said, "Hey, do something nice for them." So I'm in the 7-Eleven, and I said, "Okay." I was buying some orange juice for the morning, and I see these ice cream bars, and I grabbed the box and had some little extra change and money. And as I'm walking outside, I give the ice cream to the little girls, the gentleman, and just the look in their eyes of gratitude and it sort of touched me a little bit. I'm not a guy. I'm not a big crier. I'm not one to get the touchy feely. That's just not my style. But to see the gratitude and the thankfulness, it touched me. And so then I met someone at McDonald's, a person I know, and I was at a bookstore. And so I met them across the street here in Angeles. And McDonald's is a little rundown. The people, the staff was so kind and friendly. I decided, hey, leave them a tip here, buy yourself lunch. And they were just so excited and so overjoyed. And it wasn't much money. It was 100 pesos, a couple hundred pesos. But the fact that someone thought of them and the fact that somebody thought of them and cared about them a little bit, it made a difference. You could tell it made a difference. And look, you don't even have to have any money to make a positive impact. Maybe hold the door open, help an old lady across the street. I don't know. Maybe talk to someone, say hello, go out of your way to maybe talk to someone who's lonely. We don't know what people are going through. So what I try to do every day from here on out is we're gonna do something random, and not necessarily with money. Like I just told you, go out of my way to joke around with someone or talk to them. Every day, I want to try to do one kind act, and I think the world would be a better place. And I was thinking, you know, Jesus in the book of John, in John chapter 4, with the woman at the well, and she was half Samaritan, half Jew, half Jewish. And if you understand Middle Eastern custom, a man did not talk to a woman publicly. So when the disciples, basically, long story short, came back, and they're like, what's Jesus doing talking to her? And long story short, you read the chapter, read the whole chapter. Basically, Jesus, she was considered an outcast. She's been married 4 or 5 times. Jesus talks to her at the well, and basically, long story short, she accepts Jesus into her life. He shows her kindness. He basically shares the gospel like he wants to save her. And then she goes and tells everybody about Jesus. She goes to everybody and tells her village about Jesus. And what I think, if all of us can do one random act of kindness, maybe it will spread out, make this world a better place. Anyways, that's all I have to say. And again, my little small channel. Please like, subscribe, share, bang that notification bell, pass it out to your family and friends. I don't even care about the money. I just want to see. I just want to at least get 1,000 subscribers. I don't know. It looks good, and hope this reaches somebody. I hope this advice touches someone. Take care. From Angeles City, Philippines. Wherever you're out in the world, have a great day, night, evening, wherever you are.